we're back with Athletic Arena Podcast. I'm G. This is J. James Machiavelli. Multiple names for him. Uh, first things first. Uh, thank you to everybody subscribing on YouTube. We have over 1,000 subscribers now. Um, it's been almost 2 years, about a year and a half that we've been doing this. So to have over 1,000 subscribers, we're pretty happy with that. Um,
Grateful. Thank you.
And thankful, yes. Thank you. Thank you for following. All we need now is people to share and let's grow this community with everybody. We're gonna start out with college football. We got week 10. We're gonna start out with tonight's game, which is San Diego and number 15, Boise State. Boise State is a 24.5 point favorite. Uh
Mhm.
oh, 24 and a half is a little high for me. If I can go down to 21, I'd be comfortable with 21. What do you think on this one?
Uh, Cincy is crazy. 159 yards, 1,375 yards, 18 touchdowns. How they showed dominance, even when I thought like they weren't going to cover against Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
They pulled it out. So I the 24 is a little bit high to some extent. So I'll bring it down to if I could take it to 20.5, I can, but if I can't, then I'll stick to the 23 just so I can stay in that margin of three touchdowns and a field goal.
Yeah, that's
So
I
the
21 for
23.
me. Yeah, 20 and a half for me is what I'm more comfortable at. Um, and you said to what? You wanted to bring yours down to what?
Oh, I'll bring it down to 23 and a half. That's cool. I don't worry. San Diego State hasn't played nobody like that. And Boise State has. So
Yeah, if I forget his name, what's that running back's name for Boise State?
Vinci.
Yeah, if he can, I see at least two touchdowns from him, if not three. And I mean, if Boise State's defense can step it up, I mean, San Diego State's not going to be able to move the ball very much. I don't see. I think they're going to be passing a lot.
Well,
Um,
their own loss came to Oregon. That's the thing. So yeah. And it
I
was a
mean,
close game. So
and
he
it
went
is,
crazy in the middle. So I don't see San Diego State coming close to that. So
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that is Oregon. They are number one right now, so I mean, you kind of got to give it to them. Next game we got Air Force visiting Army. Army's 21, and they are a 21.5 point favorite. Did you see what Air Force did?
Hmm.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen it, I mean, go look at it. But they said some Air Force cadets snuck into the stadium and literally you could see Air Force written on the visitor side all the way from I-25. It was give me Army by 23. Army's going to come out and just whoop them. I don't think it's going to be a close game. Air Force has been,
It's not. It's not. But just to stay safe, because I don't want anything bad happen, and they do know each other, but Navy already beat up on Air Force, so just because of that, just for continuity, I'm going 20.5. Just taking it down a point, just so I always play that margin or that corner I say.
yeah, you don't like to tie. I know that. I've noticed that you like to take a win instead of a push.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I am gonna go. I'm gonna move mine up just because I mean this is me. Now remember, these picks are our picks. You take what we put out and make your own decision on what you want to bet. Don't be gambling your houses away. But I'm gonna take 22 and a half for Army. Um Gamble responsibly. Um But yes, let's move on to the next game. We got number 4 Ohio State visiting number 3 Penn State. And I don't understand this, but Ohio State is a 3-point favorite. Penn State has been absolutely unstoppable at home. Their defense is looking great. I do see a 3-point game.
Mm-mm-mm.
I just think Penn State is going to I think Ohio State don't show up tomorrow, pretty much is what I'm saying.
If there's a situation with Penn State's quarterback, that's the reason why they're favorite, in my opinion. Um, Penn State hasn't beat them in the last 7 games. With that being said, because like I said, I think these are entire entitled players who don't show up. This is like that $20 million team, the first one ever, right?
Yeah.
But they haven't done it. So um I would go with Penn State plus 5.5. Just because I know it's gonna be a close game, and just because I want that, because I don't trust Ohio State. I don't really see them winning, but just to be safe, I'll take that.
Yeah, see, I was more looking at +5. Because you know how Bovada is. Bovada ain't gonna let you go more than 2 points, I believe is what it is. Um, and speaking of Bovada, if y'all want to follow along, get some bonuses, click the link in the description on our YouTube page, and that'll take you straight to Bovada and get y'all a sign up bonus. Next game we got Duke visiting number 5 Miami. And Duke has been keeping it close lately in a lot of games.
100%.
Um,
That's why I don't understand the spread in this, but it's cool with me.
I mean, not
I'll take
only
it.
not only that, but Miami's not blowing people out by 15, 16, 18, 20 points. So
Florida State, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
I mean that's Florida State. But here what the last 3 or 4 games Miami hasn't really been showing up. So, with that being said, I'm gonna take Duke +23 to cover.
Exactly.
That's I mean, that's just
Yeah, that's child's play.
that right there is one of the I want to say one of our locks. I mean, it's one of my locks. Um, Pretty much a guarantee. And we should start, and I know this is, we're thinking about it now, but we should start a segment where we give 3 lock picks out a week. If they hit, we'll just start keeping record of them throughout the season. So that way we can, just for something to
Yeah.
do. Um, Next game, we have number 19 Ole Miss visiting Arkansas, and Ole Miss is a 7.5 point favorite. Um, for me, just to be on the safe side, I think Ole Miss is going to win this game. Arkansas has been keeping them close. They've been covering. I'm gonna say Ole Miss and move it down by 2 points and go 5.5, just to be safe.
Pretty much kind of the same thing because they're covering. Arkansas plus 9.5.
Oh,
Every
so,
game is close. Like even with LSU, they were close.
yeah, they
So yeah.
were. That whole first half of that LSU game, they were neck and neck the whole time.
Mm.
Um, our next game, we got Minnesota taking on number 24, Illinois. And again, I don't understand this line too. This is a weird
Hey,
line.
it is. It is. I don't say. I'm like, how can you be? Yeah,
How can you be ranked number 24 at home and you're a 3-point dog? It,
it's like BYU was a dog last week, and they won by 20, and I was like, what the? Who?
yeah.
Who said this? Like, yeah.
It's almost like that. It's almost like that Jets Patriots line Jets and Houston line last night. Everybody was like, "What? Jets by 3?" Like, and everybody, I mean, I think 80% of the public was betting for Houston, which,
Yeah.
but you got to
Okay.
remember, Houston had Nico Collins go down, and they also had
Stephon Diggs down for the
Stephon go
season.
down. So I mean, I don't know, but
Yeah.
we'll
After a while, like, I mean, it started looking good, but they start stacking the box. You don't have nothing but uh injured, recovering injured wide receivers trying to make plays, and that's not gonna work. So
no.
yeah.
Yeah, for me, I'm taking Illinois' money line on this one.
Oh, 100%.
That's just those are going to be the better odds. Now, if you're on FanDuel, I think Bovada will let you go if it's a 3 point. I believe they'll let you go ahead and choose for Illinois to be a 1.5 point favorite, maybe a 2 point favorite. That right there is a pretty good bet too. And I'm guessing odds are probably plus
Stupendous.
150 to plus 250, if not more. Um, but yeah, I'm taking Illinois money line.
It's like this ain't got nothing to do with the top 25. But one game that stands out to me, which is Auburn and Vanderbilt. Auburn is 3-3. Vanderbilt's dogs by like 9 points. I'm
Yeah,
like, that's
yeah.
hey,
I think is 8 or 9 points, and that's another game that I do have. I was like, what? Vandy and Auburn? Like Vandy's been playing crazy. Auburn, they can s- they can stick with you for a little bit, but they just start to fall out towards the end. It's like
yeah, like
they start getting tired, and then you know me, I'm gonna ride with them New Mexico boys. Let's go Vandy.
Auburn barely beat New Mexico when they played them, right?
Yeah, New Mexico covered. I took
I
New
know.
Mexico, and I believe that weekend I hit for like three or 400 bucks that weekend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's why another reason why I say, yeah, this is easy work.
Yeah, it's it's not easy work. I mean, it is easy for
Bro,
some people, but it's not easy work. You know what I mean? Because some people they'll
yeah,
come up on here and I mean, just like when we were in New Orleans, I felt bad because Botch gave me some money and was like, "Here, whatever you put in for your bet, double it down." I put in the same bet for them, and two of them didn't hit. And I kind of felt bad because as soon as I put it in, Michigan went downhill from there. I was like, motherfucker. So I did feel bad, but hey, that's gambling. That's why we do
it's like
this.
the beach.
Yeah, that's why we do this for the thrill. But let's go to the next game, which I think is going to be a very good game. We have number one Oregon taking on Michigan. Oregon is a 14.5 point favorite. Um, I just think it's gonna be like Texas and Oregon. I just think it's gonna be back and forth. It may not be overtime, but I think it's gonna be back and forth. Um, I'm gonna take Oregon money line on this one.
Taking Oregon 13 and a half. Yeah, just because Oregon's battle tested. They checked all the boxes all around. Like and probably Dylan Gabriel is gonna try to get them up out of there quick. Like so by the third quarter, he's probably gonna try to get off the field. So yeah. I'm going Oregon 13 and a half.
I don't blame them, especially if they're blowing Michigan out. I don't see why they'd even keep them in. Mm, just like with Chris Godwin and the Bucks last week. I mean,
Crazy.
I kind of get Todd Bowles' point. Yeah, you're trying to win a game, but come on now. It's never been done where a team can come back by 3 touchdowns in less than 7 minutes, less than 8 minutes. You know what I mean? If it's less than 10 minutes in the game, there's no way. Take out, just put the backups in. Um, Before we get to our next game, don't forget to like, follow, and share on YouTube, Athletic Arena Podcast on Facebook, and then on Bovada, if y'all want to follow along, link is in the description on our YouTube page. Um, our next game we have Florida visiting number two Georgia. Georgia's a 14 and a half point favorite. And on
Hmm.
and honestly, I've been saying it for weeks now. Georgia, I still can't trust Georgia with the spread.
I don't want to, but I have no choice.
I mean,
That's the thing.
you want to move it down to maybe 10 points? Okay, yeah, I could see that. But 14 and a half?
I would go 13 just because, I mean, if it's a game I have to use, then I would use 13. But if me personally, like, just advice, I mean, I wouldn't use this game. But if I had to, 13 and a half, because it is what it is after that point. Because Georgia's, they're so iffy. Like the games you want them to cover, they don't cover. And the games you're like, oh, they're not going to cover. Don't worry about it. And then they blow it out of, so, or they win like against Texas. So, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Georgia money line here. Um,
Take that. That's good.
I mean, like you said, it's Georgia. Yeah. For me, I'm gonna be like, oh, let's move this up 2 points, and we're gonna take Florida to cover by 16. Knowing my luck, Georgia's gonna come out and destroy them by 24 points. That's just I've kind of learned to at first instinct, hey, don't jump it. The first thing you that pops into your head. I've learned not to do that because last year I did that a lot and it hurt me. I've hit more 8 leg parlays this year than I've ever hit. So I'm doing something right.
Oh, yeah.
Next game we've got Texas Tech visiting number 11 Iowa State. Iowa State is a 13 and a half point favorite. A lot of people are saying take the over on this one. I think it's at like 59, 58 and a half, something like that. I don't I don't know. Both offenses have been lighting it up. I want to take Texas Tech to cover. Yeah, fuck it.
Nobody's going
Fuck. But it's hard. Iowa State's 11. They've been killing it. They've Give me Iowa State by 12.
to, I'm keeping it real where it's at 13 and a half. Iowa State. I have no problems with it.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that's probably one of the very few times that you've actually agreed
Spread.
with a spread.
Yeah.
That's
There's that one and kind of this, I think the next one. I kind of I'm like, this team is actually they doing what they supposed to. Okay. So
Bro, have you tried that salty watermelon whiskey? I can't stop right now. I'm on that shit, dude. And then Maria bought me a smoking kit. Ooh, yeah, I've been killing whiskey the past couple weekends. Um, Next game we have, and I believe they're still undefeated. Number 13 Indiana
it's the
taking
one.
on Michigan State. Indiana is a 7.5 point favorite. For me, are you bumping that up? Oh, you're gonna take 9.5.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh, dude, that's how long
Because
we've been doing this together. I already know,
yeah.
like just by the way, just by looking at you, it's almost like when we were in Iraq and we were playing football. That's just a
Throw it up.
just throw it up. Uh, I'm gonna take
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Indiana 6.5. I know James likes to gamble. James is a gambler, gambler, gambler.
Um Michigan State since week one, and I was like, damn, this gives me an opportunity to see. And some people say, oh, it was just week one, but they're 4-4. Like they lost a lot of games they should have won. Like they were favorites and they lost. Week one, they came out and said, oh yeah, we're gonna cover, pick the over, this, that, this, that, this. I think both teams scored well under. Like yeah, it was like half of what the actual, score was supposed to be. So because of that, and Indiana's that hybrid defense they've been dominating teams with, I
Uh-huh.
don't see Michigan scoring much at all, and I do see Indiana, you know, moving the ball freely, like with no problems. I'm going with 9.5 on this one. I'm extremely confident.
Yeah, that's I like Indiana. I know Indiana's gonna win. Like I said, I'm going with 6.5 for a touchdown. Hopefully, no bullshit comes, like a safety or anything like that, because then that'll just throw it off. But I'm good with a touchdown spread on that one. We have number 17, Kansas State visiting Houston. Kansas State is a 13-point favorite. Uh, Houston is not the Houston in the last couple of years.
Uh-huh. Sadly,
They're
sadly.
not, and I mean, they used to have a great defense. You could count on the defense to get stops. I'm gonna take Kansas State 11 and a half.
Yep.
Just just because I haven't been really keeping up. Oh, excuse me, with Kansas State. But for the sake of the show and the picks, I'm gonna go Kansas State 11 and a half.
Yeah, same here.
Bro,
Houston is iffy. They play, some teams good, some teams bad, but Kansas State, they got that loss to BYU. So I believe in that. So yeah, I'm going
yeah,
with that.
yeah. And our next game, which I read this spread wrong, I thought it was South Carolina 3-point favorite. But you have number 10 Texas A&M at South Carolina. Texas A&M is a 3-point dog. Give me Texas A&M -5. I Texas A&M has been doing good.
Yeah.
I just
Texas, I got Texas A&M money line on this one. Um, we might go in. I think this score might go in between a field goal. Like it might be some weird back and forth thing, and something happens, and that's the game. I don't. Yeah, I would love to put a spread on this, but I'm not. So I'm going Texas A&M money line.
see. I think it's going to be the same thing, but I think it's going to be either. uh, I think a defensive play is what's going to help Texas A&M. That's that West Texas football, bro. They got a pretty good defense. You know what I mean? They, them boys know how to hit. They can play. Before we get to our last three games, don't forget, like, follow, share. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Athletic Arena Podcast. If y'all want to donate to the stream, we have Cash App, Athletic Arena Podcast. Um, and Bovada. Bovada link is in our description on our YouTube page. Give that a try. You get sign-on bonuses with that link. Um, of course, you have to deposit first before you can get any of the bonus money, but that's just how that works. Um, our next game we have Louisville visiting number 11 Clemson. Is that 11 or 17?
No, they're 11.
Okay. Well, I guess I was wrong on the Iowa State. What's Iowa State then? Are they 17?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then, yeah, that's where I got mixed up at. Well, anyways, Louisville visiting Clemson. Clemson is a 10-point favorite at home. Um, I just see Louisville. I see them winning. I don't know, or I see Clemson winning, not Louisville. Um, I'll take 10 points with Clemson.
Um, Clemson has been dominating teams ever since they lost to Georgia. They've
Yeah.
been getting them out of there easily. But the one team they didn't cover against, which I thought they were going to cover easily, was Florida State. So because of that, I'm going Clemson money line.
Even they, bro, that's gonna be like a minus 1,000. What do you mean?
Saints sorry.
Wow. I did
I should be
not
like seven. It should be 650, 700. But yeah,
I did not see that one coming. Next game we got Kentucky visiting number 7 Tennessee. Tennessee is a 17 and a half point favorite. Um, I like Tennessee in this one. 18 points. That's if this offense can move the ball like we're used to seeing them move the ball. They can get the 18. If not, it's gonna be a close game. Kentucky can play. They're not just some. They're not Purdue. They're not Stanford. They're not these
yeah,
smaller schools.
yeah. But
For that
for
reason,
me,
I'm gonna take Tennessee money line.
yeah. For me, Kentucky still is 3-5. Um, Tennessee's at home. I'm taking the 18.5.
Oh, you see this like a 20-point game?
Yeah, they've gotten washed the last two games anyway. So yeah, yeah. The only game they really uh won and kept close was Ole Miss, but Ole Miss we found out they're posers. So yeah, it is what it is. So, I mean, Jackson Dart, he's amazing at quarterback, and he's doing this in which I think with mid-level receivers. But yeah, it's still it is what it is. You know, that's how
Yeah.
I look at it.
And
So
and with what I see as probably I'm hoping for game of the week, especially with the last game of the night. We got number 18 Pitt taking on SMU, and SMU is a 7-point favorite. Um, I'm gonna go Pitt +9 here.
yep, yeah,
Yeah.
same. Pretty much Pitt plus 9.5. Just because Pitt has played tough games against tough teams, you know,
Yeah.
and they busted it out and won it every game. With the spread being this high, I don't understand, but it's not for me to understand. It's for me to, yeah, hit 9.5.
Well, I mean, you got two teams that are in the top 20. One's 18, one's 20. And I mean, I do see a 3-point game here, is honestly what I see. Um, do you have besides Vandy and Auburn for that Vandy game? I'm going +7 for a lock.
Mhm.
Do you have one more game for our last lock for college football?
Oh, Indiana.
Indiana?
Yeah, I would go Indiana like -6.5. That's even.
Okay. We'll put those three games down as our locks. So you got Indiana -6.5, Vandy +7. If it's, I forget, whatever the spread is for the Vanderbilt game, you take
It
that
was
spread.
nine. It's nine.
Yeah. 9, take 9. That's even better. If you can bump it up to 11, take it. That's a lock. And then our final lock is Duke at Miami +23. Those are our three locks. Before we swap over to the NFL and we start talking all that, uh, last week we had, what was it, 308? I believe it was UFC 308. Max Holloway got knocked out. Oh, that was a terrible card for me. Terrible. Terrible card. I couldn't pick a winner to save my life. I don't know what it was, but I couldn't get a winner, bro. It was insane. And that never happens to me, especially with UFC. This weekend, tomorrow night, I think Thug Rose is fighting tomorrow night. It's hard to bet against her. Take Thug Rose. I mean, that's one of
Hmm.
that's one of my locks for Saturday night fights. We got UFC. Okay, so now we'll get down to the NFL. Um, yeah, my laptop's plugged in now, so we're good on that end. Um, well, I'll get to mine when we get to the game, but like I said, last night's game, Thursday night, we had Houston and the Jets. The Jets pulled one out. You know, I didn't see that one coming. I will say that, but it happened. First game we have kicking off for Sunday is Dallas visiting Atlanta. Atlanta is a 3.5 point favorite. Um, I'd be surprised if Dallas got the win on this one. Um, I'm gonna take Atlanta. I'm gonna move it down and go 2.5 just in case they do, come out and stand up and actually do something. I just think Atlanta has a better defense.
Yeah, they do. They have a better defense. They have a better pass defense at that. They got two of the best two of the I would say top 10 safeties in the league.
Jesse Bates.
With that, yeah, and was it Simmons? The one
I,
I don't know why they let him go, but yeah, uh, because of that, I'm going 2.5 too. Cowboys doesn't have a run game, so they're one dimensional. You know what they're gonna do,
y-
and yeah, they're gonna get baited straight into double CD Lamb blitz, and it's gonna be one on ones. They're not gonna win. Yeah, that's the
Michael
setup.
Michael Gallup is gonna have a huge game if Dallas wants to stand a chance. Um, Next game we got Miami taking on Buffalo at home. Buffalo's at home. Buffalo is a 6 point favorite, and Miami is the only team in the NFL to not break 100 points yet.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to remember when Tua went down, that offense just became field goals and David A. Chain or
Mm-hmm.
Devon A. Chain, whatever. I'm sorry, Devon A. Chain. But
Mm-hmm.
um, I don't think Miami has a defense to stop Buffalo. I
They
just don't.
don't.
I don't see it. I mean,
They have names. They don't have they got names all across the board, offense and defense, realistically. But not to mention this. Hold on. I think it's November.
yeah,
November in Buffalo. Oh no, Buffalo.
yep, yep. That's me. I'm taking Buffalo. Uh,
And it might be sunny in Miami. Well, Buffalo in November is a whole different ball game. I'm not doing that.
are you taking
So Buffalo,
money line
stick with.
or spread?
I'm taking the spread.
Okay, I'm being safe with mine and moving mine down to 4.
Yeah.
Next game we got the Chargers visiting the Browns, and the Chargers are a 1.5 point favorite. To me,
Hmm.
to me here, I want to say let's go Chargers for divisional purposes, but I think the Browns are going to pull it out again and beat the Chargers. I'm gonna move mine up. I'm gonna move mine up to 3.5 and take Browns plus 3.5.
Yeah, same here. Like if it's, I know it's going to be close. They run the ball. if the Chargers run the ball, they'll pose a problem. Because that's one of their weaknesses.
Yes.
But especially J.K. Dobbins, if he runs it to, they run to Miles Garrett's side. Most people are like, "Oh, that's crazy." No, trust me, that's what people do. If you run to them, they won't be able to do anything. I got Browns 3.5 though, just because I don't see the Chargers don't have a pass defense realistically. All they got is Derwin James hitting people after they catch the ball. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I see it. And on to our next game. And I hate I hate talking about this, but we got the Raiders visiting the Bengals. Bengals are a 7-point favorite. Now, my first question is what the fuck do y'all see to give the Bengals a 7-point favor? I'm being
They
for real.
don't have anything. Like the only offense they have is somewhat Jacoby Myers. It's like a 10% chance Jacoby Myers, 60% chance Brock Bowers. Other than that, the run game is
And can you name me a tight
topical.
end? Can you name me a tight end this year that hasn't been able to do something good against the Bengals?
Yeah, but Brock Bowers, he's good though. It's like he's hey, it's so
S-
like how who is it? Sam Laporta came out.
Yeah,
He
that's how.
he's on that level. He's super NFL ready.
Yes. And that's Bengals need to fire Frank Pollock. Bengals need to fire Zach Taylor. Bengals need to fire Dan Pritchard. Bengals need to fire Lou Anarumo. Get rid of them all. Defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, head coach. Get rid of all three of them. Frank Pollock, you've been claiming glass eaters for since we were in the Super Bowl, and Alex Kappa had his worst week last week. Terrible. Orlando Brown's hurt. He ain't gonna be playing. T. Higgins is doubtful again, which go fig
Ooh,
go
okay.
figure.
That changed mine to money line now.
Yeah, that's I mean, all the Raiders, I mean, the Raiders have yeah, they have so that means Max Crosby is going to be going up against a rookie in Amarius Mims and sometimes swapping over to Cody Ford at the left tackle. So I mean, Max Crosby's probably going to eat.
Possibly so, but still, y'all have even with that one of the most explosive offenses in the NFL. Which,
Not without T. Higgins, we don't.
hey, we'll see. We'll see. I'm still going Cincinnati money line.
I mean,
I,
make
I'm
make me eat my words. I mean, trust me, but I've this will be week 3 of frustrations coming from not being able to release, and I'm releasing it right now so everybody can hear. And y'all can clip it and everything. I don't care. Clip it and send it to the Bengals. Fire all three of them. Fire all four of them. Start with Frank Pollock. Go out and try and get Bill Belichick, a defensive minded head coach.
oh
Yeah,
no,
that that would be
no,
my that would be my
no.
first choice.
Hey, I get it, but still, bro, I don't want him.
I know you don't.
I would y'all.
And if you can, try and get Joe Brady.
Hmm?
If you can try, if you or if you can't get Belichick, try and get Joe Brady as a head coach. Joe Brady with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, that offense would be legit. Because with what we're running right now, a 4th and 1, and you throw a bubble screen to Jamar Chase 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Come on now.
It's what it is, man.
But I'm still taking my Bengals to win on Sunday. Still taking them to win Sunday. Just gonna take a money line. That's just that's me. If we lose this game, play honestly, this is a maybe a 1-win team in the playoffs, and that's it. You can sneak into the playoffs, mess up a couple of people's playoff chances, and maybe knock out a conference, a division champion. But that's about it. That's all I see from the Bengals this year. I don't expect more than anything, and that's a low expectation. Um, Next game we have the Patriots visiting the Titans. The Titans are a 1.5 point favorite. I think the Patriots have a better defense than the Titans.
Yeah.
Will Yes, Will
It's
Levis has his moments where he looks good, he looks great. But Drake May is just he's turning it on right now. If they can get him a hell of a wide receiver, which right now it looks like he might be getting Travis Hunter, please no. I see the Patriots here.
money
I'm up.
line. Uh,
You're taking Patriots money line?
Oh yeah, 100%. Will Levis is still Will Levis. I think
Whoa.
with them starting Will Levis, I think, and they traded DeAndre Hopkins. I think they're just bowing out and saying, "Hey, we're getting rid of everything. We're cleaning house. We're tanking. We're letting you know that right now." I think that's what they're doing. It's a clear sign of it. The Patriots, I see them winning. I don't see them like they actually would have a better record if I think they started Drake May faster. You know, uh,
Yeah,
and that's why I see them winning this game.
but that's what a lot of the issues are right now. Look at Bryce Young, um look at Trey Lance, you know what I mean? Look
Yeah,
at Anthony
Bryce
Richardson.
Young.
Anthony
Yeah, Bryce
Richardson.
Young is a whole different. That's a different monster.
Like
Like he's 5'1", man. That's not fair.
it's fair. I mean, if they would have just sat him behind Andy Dalton when he was healthy, I mean, he probably could have learned more. You know what I mean? I
Hmm?
mean, look at Jordan Love. He literally sat behind Aaron Rodgers his entire rookie contract and still got a great extension and never really played very much. What when Green Bay was blowing people out, Aaron Rodgers might have been hurt, but he still got paid. That's what they need. They need time to develop. College is it's completely different. Then you take them over to the NFL, and hell, if they're not a quarterback, they don't know coverages or a receiver. You know what I mean? They got to learn coverages. I'm taking Patriots plus 3.5. Next game, next game, we have Washington Commanders coming off of that Hail Mary win, taking on the Giants. Washington is a 4 point favorite, like James does.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Put that on six
Bump
and a half.
bump it up. Yep, that's where I'm at. Minus 6 actually. Um,
Yeah.
that's just how I see it.
Uh, I think Tracy is in. They're hoping he plays, but if not, he's in concussion protocol. That means they really don't have anything but uh that wide receiver. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I as soon as I see it, yeah,
Washington's gonna have a nonstop like attack of the offense at the Giants. Yeah,
yeah.
I got Washington by a touchdown.
That's pretty much me. I got him by 6. Next game we got Saints visiting the Panthers, and Derek Carr is coming back from injury, and he is playing. And I believe first game they played first game of the year, and the
Oh, blow them out.
Panthers, yeah, blew them
Yeah, they beat
out.
him by like 40. Yeah, they beat
Yes,
him by 40.
yeah, or I don't remember if it was by 40, but yeah, I remember because we were on our way back from New Orleans when that game happened. But yes, Saints seven
Mhm.
point favorite. Bryce Young's playing. Yes, 7 point favorite. Give me the Saints.
Yeah, I'm taking the Saints 6.5 just to play that margin. If I could bump it up to 9.5, I would. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going to happen. The Saints have always given Bryce Young trouble, mainly because as soon as the DNs rush, plus they just traded away Deontay Johnson, so they don't have really nobody
Yeah.
to really
They
break away. So as soon as the Saints rush, all of them put their hands up. He's so short, he can't see over him anyway. So that's a wash. That's an easy 6.5. That's a
yeah.
lock for me. For me,
Oh,
that's a
James
lock.
is calling a lock. Okay.
Yeah. 6.5 is a lock.
There we go. And before we get to our afternoon games, don't forget to like, follow, and share our link in the description for Bovada. Follow along with us, get your sign-on bonuses. Um, Facebook, Athletic Arena Podcast, and Cash App to donate to the stream, Athletic Arena Podcast. Um, Afternoon games, Broncos visiting the Ravens. Ravens are a 9-point favorite. Um, it's the Ravens, it's the Broncos. Ravens are coming off of that loss to the Browns. 9 points is a lot.
Too
So
much
if,
in my
yeah, I mean, but it is the Broncos. I don't see Broncos defense being able to keep up with Lamar Jackson and that offense, especially Derrick Henry with what Derrick Henry's been doing the last 2 weeks. He's been hell the last 3 weeks.
yeah,
Give me the Ravens by Teddy.
yeah. Mm. And you said the spread was what?
Nine
9?
point. Yeah, 9.
Oh, yeah. Broncos plus 11.5.
Ooh.
Baltimore screwed me last week, so I got to get my revenge somehow.
Try and get it.
Yeah.
Um, this next game, we got the Jaguars taking on the Eagles. Eagles are 7.5 point favorite. The Jags keep it close. They tend to keep it close. I'm gonna take Eagles money line here, especially after what I seen from Jalen Hurts last week. 3 rushing touchdowns. He just killed it on the ground. Um, yeah, I'm gonna take Eagles money line here. Uh-oh.
It's
Concentration.
like deja vu.
Concentration.
It's deja vu. I'm terrified of this game.
Why
So,
you think the Jags are gonna pull off an upset?
uh, nah, this was happening. So I had a really big bet like 2 years ago, like before, the reason why, the Texans got CJ Stroud. And it was pretty much the same exact situation. And you're like, damn, the spread's a touchdown. Okay, I think they're gonna win, blah, blah, So I was like, yeah, it's easy. I think I bumped it up, and they had David Mills and whatever. David Mills isn't Trevor Lawrence, definitely, but
Exactly.
yeah, that was the last game I needed. It was like for 700,000, and the Eagles only won by a field goal. Same division, different team, a little bit better team actually. I'm taking the Eagles money line. I don't trust them. It is
That's
what it is.
see
It's
now you see why I took the money.
it's
It it's hard, and then with AJ Brown going down, you got to have Devontae Smith up there to step up. I mean, he stepped up last week, but
I don't.
you
Yeah,
can't
it's
guarantee
so.
it for a second week. Next game we got the Bears coming off of that heartbreaking loss to Washington, visiting the Cardinals. Cardinals are a 2-point favorite, and I believe just because they're at home is why they're a 2-point favorite.
Uh-huh.
Um, for me, give me the Bears plus 4, if not money line. That's where I'm at with them. Safe bet
It's a,
+4 for gamblers. Money line that motherfucker.
for me, this is the game I would actually deal with or take. But picking purposes, Jaden Daniels, like pretty much he did what he needed to do. Uh, James Conner and Kyler Murray. I see them. Kyler Murray, even though he hasn't been, I don't know. It's more less the defense, but I'm going with the Cardinals money line on this.
Okay.
Yeah,
And for what I think is going to be the game of the week, we got the Lions
yeah,
visiting the Packers. The Lions are a 3-point favorite. Um, this Lions offense hasn't slowed up. They've pretty much scored on almost every drive. They're not slowing down, but they are in Green Bay. It is going to be, I believe it's a divisional game also.
yeah. It is.
It's Give me the Lions money line.
Yeah, that's what I have. Mainly because Jordan Love is hurt. He had I think they call it a level one MCL sprain. Um, the thing is, if he plays, I still see the Lions. They have it like in all four cylinders everywhere. Everybody's going crazy. So even special teams. So yeah, because of that Lions money line.
Okay. And then we have Rams visiting Seahawks in another divisional game. Seahawks are at home and they're a 1-point dog. Um, but the Rams have been showing up and pulling out games that they shouldn't be winning. They're winning games they shouldn't be winning, is what I'm saying. Um, I'm staying away from this game, but for picking purposes, give me Rams. I'll take the spread. Rams -1.
Yeah, I'm going Rams too. Kyron Williams and what Matt Stafford has been doing has been amazing. I think DK still down, so you just got Kenneth Walker with Tyler
Tyler.
Lockett still hurt, and
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm definitely going Rams money line.
Okay. And then for our Sunday night game, we have the Colts with Joe Flacco at quarterback visiting the Vikings. Vikings are a 5.5-point favorite. I think that's a little too much for the for them. I think the Colts. I don't know. I don't know if it's be. I think I'm biased, and I'm because there's a certain person that I like to watch on a podcast, and they're always picking the damn Colts, and there I go believing them. So I want to say Colts plus 5.5. I'm just gonna go Vikings money line on this one.
I go Colts. I think it's spread's 5.5. I go Colts 7.5, and I'm cool with that. It's a cover a touchdown. Joe Flacco is going to pass on. He will put the ball in the air, and
Yes.
Josh Downs has been killing. Alec Pierce is well, you can't stop him 1-on-1. Not only is he fast, but he's big. I love it. Yeah, I'm going with Colts plus 7.5.
Right. And then for our Monday night game, we got the Bucks taking on the Chiefs. Chiefs are a 9-point favorite. Give me the Bucks to cover by 11. I get, yes, the Bucks don't have nobody to throw to right now, but the Chiefs haven't thrown an offensive touchdown the whole month of October.
Yeah,
And Baker Mayfield has been hitting his receivers. He's been on point. Yeah, give me the Bucks plus 11.
I'm going with the Chiefs. Uh, money line on this one, just to play it safe because it's the last game, and
Yeah.
if it's that, and I just need this, then yeah, I'll go Chiefs money line.
So you're thinking the Chiefs are going to go undefeated?
Oh yeah, not undefeated fully, but yeah, as far as now,
As
we're
far
the
as now?
depleted Bucks team. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
they're gonna continue the win streak.
Yeah,
And they're coming off that bye. So I mean I could see, oh, am I gonna waffle here? Oh, do I want to take Chiefs -7?
if it was down to where I could take it by a touchdown, I would. But since it's not, I'm just gonna take a money line just to be
Yeah,
safe.
I'm gonna take Bucks plus 11. I'm gonna stick with it. Now don't forget, follow along on YouTube, Facebook. Athletic Arena Podcast. Bovada link will be in the description for this video, also to be in this description. To donate to the stream, Cash App, Athletic Arena Podcast. Um, don't forget we got NBA going on right now. College basketball starts up on Monday. And so everybody knows before the college basketball starts, fuck UNC, go Duke. That's that's how it is. Especially with Cooper Flag. That boy,
The GOAT.
that boy gonna be beasting. For a white boy, that dude can play. Um,
Who fucking flag?
yes, get ready for that. College basketball starts Monday. Again, we got the NBA. Hell, are we gonna start covering basketball now that basketball started? Are we gonna cover it this year?
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Yeah, we can. We'll pick.
a couple games on the weekend.
We'll pick 5 games for the week. Starting, we do. We're gonna do a podcast. We're gonna try and start getting our podcast done on Wednesdays. So we'll pick from Wednesday to Wednesday. Actually, we'll do Thursday to Thursday, Thursday to Wednesday, just so that way it's a full week. So by the time we put the video out, everybody has time to go put their bets in if they want to, that are following along.
Yeah,
We'll do Thursday to Wednesday for basketball.
Thursday to Sunday, because that way they can cover it. They can cover that gap period with the parlays.
That's perfect. We'll do Thursday to Sunday, and then we'll pick what, 6 games?
Yeah, that works.
We'll start with 6 games to cover, and then if we get more, y'all let us know down in the comments on YouTube. Let us know what y'all want us to talk about. We'll cover it. If y'all want some of our other locks, our other picks for soccer, basketball, you doing hockey again?
Oh yeah,
Soccer, some hockey.
it's
Hit
tomorrow.
us up, send us a direct message on Facebook and we will get those over to you. Again, thank you for the 1,000 followers. Let's build this community together. Good luck. Don't be betting your houses.